I'm adopted? Well, I guess that explains why I like Japanese music.
And now for something completely different.
Hola chicos, my name is Rodrigo Sanchez and I'm about to talk to you guys something completely serious. Today, I'm going to explain about cystic fibrosis. First off, what is cystic fibrosis? Cystic fibrosis is a progressive genetic disease that causes a persistent lung infection and limits the ability to breathe over time. It's a defective gene that causes a thick, sticky buildup of mucus in the lungs, pancreas, and other organs. In the lungs, the mucus clogs the airways and traps bacteria, leading to infections, extensive lung damage, and eventually respiratory failure. In the pancreas, the mucus prevents the release of digestive enzymes that allows the body to break down the food and absorb vital nutrients. People with CF have a variety of symptoms, including a very salty tasting skin, persistent coughing, at times with phlegm, frequent lung infections including pneumonia or bronchitis, wheezing or shortness of breath, poor growth or weight gain in spite of a good appetite, frequent greasy, bulky stools, or difficulty with bowel movements. Now, what causes it? A defect in the CFTR gene, or the cystic fibrosis transmembrane conductase regulator, causes CF. This gene makes a protein that controls the movement of salt and water in and out of your body cells. In people who have CF, the gene that makes a protein that doesn't work well. This causes a thick, sticky mucus and very salty sweat. You must inherit 2 copies of the CFTR gene that contains mutations, 1 copy from each parent. That means each parent must either have CF or be a carrier of the CFTR gene mutation. Here's where the gambling begins. If 2 people who are carriers have a child, there's a 25% chance of having a child with CF, 50% of being a carrier, and 25% of not being a carrier altogether. Now, if one parent has CF and the other parent is a carrier, there is a 50% chance of having a child with CF, and the other half would be a carrier. How often does it happen? It's a common genetic disease within the white population of the US. The disease occurs in 1 to 2,500 to 3,500 white newborns. Cystic fibrosis is less common in other ethnic groups, affecting about 1 in 17,000 African Americans and 1 in 31,000 Asian Americans. Wait, why is it like that? Some genetic disorders are more likely to occur among people who trace their ancestry to a particular geographic area, such as Asia or Africa. People in an ethnic group often share certain versions of their genes, which have been passed down from common ancestors. If one of these shared genes contains a disease-causing mutation, a particular genetic disorder may be more frequently seen in the group, as we see in the whites. Isn't that interesting? Well, I hope you've been taking notes, because there's going to be a short quiz at the end of this video. There is no cure as of October 2018, but treatment have been making people live longer ever than before. Airway clearance techniques, or ACTs, loosen the mucus so it can be cleared from your lungs by coughing or huffing. Clearing the airways may help decrease lung infections and improve lung functions. Medication to help keep your lungs clear, prevent or fight infections, and for some people, help correct the underlying cause of the disease. There's even a lung transplant option, although you won't get it right away. It involves an extensive evaluation process and a commitment to keep your lifestyle required to keep your new lungs healthy. Now, there is no drug that can prevent it altogether, but there is a PGD test. The pre-implantation genetic diagnosis is a test which forms parts of the assisted reproduction treatment. It allows parents to prevent the incurable disease before pregnancy. What they do is analyze the DNA of each embryo, identifies the healthy ones, and it helps the doctor to determine which embryo can go for the full cycle. Now, although it's helpful, it is pricey. Testing for 4 embryos costs about $2,000, and each additional one is $250. If you want the whole package, it's $20,000 to $25,000. But hey, science advances made it possible to stop at least. If you're scared, that's natural. A genetic disease is scary for everyone. But thankfully we have the technology to prevent your future son or daughter from suffering. The question someone's gonna ask is, does it go against the religious ways? Well, that could be a different video. Thank you all for watching. I'm sorry this is kind of bleak. Hopefully the next video will be a cheerful one. My name is Rodrigo Sanchez, and I lied about the quiz. Later, chicos.